Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hello.
My t-shirt
Hello.
but it's just water, but it's very okay. Let's do like this. Hello everyone. How are you? Very good, very good. Okay, let's wait to see if some of new people are showing up, and then we will start. Welcome, Gilles. It's pronounced Gilles.
Yes, that's right.
Hello, and then welcome back, Plastic Bambina, aka Barbara.
Ciao.
It's been time, so happy to see you. And welcome back, and never left and forever love to Beku Sunny Side Up and Justine Marzak, of course. It's the how do you say, least but not last but not least, something like that. So let's see if some of the old or some of the new will show up. I'm just going to close the window to don't have noise from the street. And while we are waiting, before we start the class, maybe we can exchange around our graphic journaling practice of the last month about the 1 page a day. How many of you followed the challenge that wasn't a challenge about drawing 1 page a day? Yes. And Gilles, do we know each other already, or
No, I've been following you for a long time, but I'm just starting learning about journaling. So.
Okay, perfect. Because I didn't remember, but I was thinking maybe we got a tattoo or no? Okay, it's the first time here. Okay, so you are going to. Did you practice graphic journaling? Did you take some past replay already, or?
I've looked at some of the past videos, so I have some idea about it.
Okay, okay, so cool. Barbara, you know what is what graphic journaling is, because we spent so okay, what's happening? Okay, we spent the last month. You both are, Barbara and Jill. Are you on the Facebook group?
Oh,
yes. Yes, okay. So we spent the last month drawing 1 page a day. This means like each day you take your journal and you draw a page, no matter what. Even if you don't have time, you make the time by taking 10 minutes during the day. Can be 10 minutes in a row, can be maybe 5 minutes at breakfast, and then 5 minutes during lunch, and then maybe 5 minutes at night watching TV, or I don't know. And I say we because I did it, but also you. Some of you are here, like Sunny Side Up, Beku, and Justine, but also people on the also on the Facebook group. We had this practice during the summer, and before I continue talking, for example, do you want Justine or Beku sharing very briefly one feeling of having this commitment of doing it every day? Is it more, or you can only maybe do like this or like this if you don't feel like talking? Felt good, doesn't feel good?
Well, when you do it every day for a long time, like we started the graphic journaling class 2 years ago, it's kind of a need at the end, like sport, but not sport. Well, yeah, that's part of my days now. And but I don't feel comfortable to share everything I draw, so that's why the 1 challenge a day, I did it, but not shared every day.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
I think I was better at, I think I took the graphic journaling class since the beginning, but I wasn't really having a graphic journaling practice that much. I was more like taking the classes as a self-care moment, but with the 1 page a day challenge, I really applied myself to it and I did it every single day. So yeah, it was really cool. Like, I guess each day separately, sometimes you feel like I just don't really have anything different to say from yesterday, from the day before, because I'm working and it's, same. But I think overall, over like even a period of like 30 days, I can see an evolution throughout the thing. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing. Yes, because we before we start the class, I wanted to talk about this, just to integrate the fact that, as Beku would say, it's like the sport, but without the sport. Is like when I heard people, maybe you, Justine, you run, I don't remember, or if there is here some of you who do a sport that feels like you have to do it because it's like an addiction, because you have the endorphin, or people who do like meditation every day and say doing the meditation, it's like life-saving because they need to, and the graphic journaling practice is quite the same. Maybe something that before starting, you're like, I have to make time and everything, but the fact that you stop a moment for yourself, no matter what, you go into a place that it's your place, because it's your journal. You pick your journal, you come to it every day. No matter what happens in your life, if you travel, if you don't travel, if you have a difficult moment or easy moment, you can always come back to this kind of practice. And it's also, I took some note before starting the class, because I didn't want to forget, because I wanted to talk also about the fact that choosing the journal that you can't wait to go back to. Like when you choose your graphic journal, there is no right size, or you have to have a ruled page or blank page. Or the thing is that, and also like each time you finish one, you can change typology, and then you come back and then you find what's best for you. But it's very important. The practice, I guess, starts with the material also. So you choose your journal, and you know that this journal, you will stick to it. You commit to this journal until the end. You can draw every day, but also if you fall off wagon and one day you don't draw, it's okay. Your journal will be never closed to you. Every time you go back and you open it, there is no exam at the end of your graphic journaling practice. And also, for example, show me your journal. If you have it already, show me yours, and even the covers. So the Zap book for Beku, black one for Justine, and Gilles. Gilles is like the Beku ones with the spiral, which can be it's very, I don't know in English, it's very practical because you can do like this. And Barbara, I saw you have like Justine hard cover, no, soft cover, black one, but you decorated your cover, of course. And so every time you pick your journal, it's like no big deal, because in a moment your journal will end, you can buy another, or you can find another. But the very important thing is follow your art when you choose it, and then stick to it, because there is no worst feeling of having your journaling scattered all around papers that you can find. And for a smaller period of time, I wanted to have one journal for this theme, one other journal for this drawing, this kind of things. And then in a moment, it's very difficult. It's very good to stick to your journal and go to the end. Also because when you arrive at the end, you have a rush of endorphin. You say endorphin in English? Endorphin. It's like, I made it, I went to the end. You feel this feeling of accomplishment, that it's like, I made it, I stick to this journal. And then also during the years, when you come back to this journal, you can see the evolution of your life, you can see the pattern of your life, the evolution of your creativity, of your way of drawing. And for those of you who also draw also for work, not only for leisure, you will see that often things that then you establish in your creative work way before you tried in the graphic journal. Because sometimes we try new things, we don't even know that we are trying new things. And then, but maybe this way of doing this kind of line, and it takes space, and then it comes to your professional drawing. So it's very interesting. Second thing is the pouch. When you have a graphic journaling practice, make sure to have all the sorry, to have all the pens, the tools you need to. If you do collage, maybe you want to put glue and scissors. If you prefer coloring, or I don't know, you try to keep all them together in one place. And then, of course, during the weeks and the months, you can change, you can try new things. Because when you do your graphic journaling, I don't have mine here, but this is the journal for the class, but you always want to have the two tools handy, so that if you have time, you take them up, you start on the kitchen table and you can do it. Or if you're going out and you say, yeah, maybe I will have a lunch break, and you take it and you put it in your bag, because you don't have to think about it every time you need to start drawing. Like, okay, but I need a pen, but I need, keep them all together. And for example, when I started the practice in 2011, I had a very small moleskin. It was the size, it's like this, I don't know, it's like a palm size. And so it was very small. And so I had a large pouch in which I can put the journal and the pens, so they will always be together. So you take a moment for you, you take the moment for experiment, as we say. So remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Also in class, in graphic journaling class, it doesn't have to be perfect, because every day, every page is a new start. And so you, it's perfect or not perfect, it's okay, because it's just a judgment. You just, you do your page, you enjoy, you don't enjoy, maybe it's difficult. Anyway, you turn the page, and the other day you start another page. And then, so we don't want to be perfectionist, but also, even if we allow ourselves to fail, like, this drawing is not very good, or I don't feel good, you are allowed to start again. But maybe, if you can, don't rip your page. It's like, it's your journal, you can if you want, but it's there to don't rip it, to keep also something you don't like. You just turn the page and go on, so that you will have all the moment, all the evolution in the journal. And so during the months and or the weeks, maybe you will feel more comfortable. You can experiment, and then you will feel more comfortable with a technique or another. You can always make an evolution, but it's a very free practice. And I guess I told you everything about this practice. If you want to ask something or or add something. Okay, and for those who catch the replay, leave a comment. So, as now we are going to start the class. As always, we are going to start for a very small meditation, and but Beku, I'm thinking about you. So today the meditation will be a drawing meditation. we are going to stand like tall. We are going to relax the shoulder, and we are going to put our journal in front of us. And then we are going to take one pen, and then before we start, I can explain to you and maybe also show you what I would like you to do is like breathe normally, but I would like you to make your pen, your hand, and breathing go together. So when you inhale, you will trace the pen up, and when you exhale, you will trace down, and when you stop, so if you have like a very regular, you will do like this. If it's irregular, you will only concentrate on the breathing, but the hand will follow. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And for those who feel comfortable, you can just do this randomly on the page. I would like you to take one very light color so that you don't concentrate too much on what kind of line I'm doing. I have to do a very good line, light color. So you will just do like this, and you will have tracing your breath, but without concentrating too much. So you can choose the option just doing like this. Yes, you breathe, and randomly on the page, you can go back and forth, and then you can start without never lifting the pen, but lines then can overlap. You only go, and then or you want maybe to push a little bit further if you are already I don't know if you do pranayama, or if you do yoga, or if you are habitué of breathing exercise. You can decide to fold the page in diagonal so that you want to follow. Okay, I can show you. You want to, the end will not follow the breath, but the breath will follow the end. So I start here, and I want to feel from small to big to small lines. And so I want to adapt my breath to the fact that I can go very up and very down because I have not a lot of space. So at the beginning, I will do one small inhale, one small exhale, but a little bit bigger, and then one exhale, inhale, a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger, you know? And then you find a place in which is very long breathing, and then for finish, you shorten the breathing, the breathe in and the breathe out. Does my English make sense when I explain this? So this is just if you are like, if you have a breathing practice, and then you can control if you decide to breathe in for 4 times and breathe out to 8, and then you know how to elongate the breathing or shorten the breathing. So you can choose to do this by following the space you have, small, big, and small again, or you can only do, but at the end, I want you to have a full page full of lines. Okay, I'm going to put a timer. No, this is the calculator. Okay. I'm going to put a 2-minute timer. Okay, so let's go. Find a comfortable position. Keep your spine straight. You are not obliged to look at the paper or just a soft glance, a soft sight on the paper, but look down or gently semi-close the eyes, but don't do the exercise like, oh, la la la, and watching all around the room. It's just like, is a way of we are coming in before starting the class. Okay, let's go. 30 seconds to go. Okay, and you can slowly come back to your page. Hello, Margot. I guess that we have Margot that join us, but I can see her. Hello, we just started because we have one part of introduction about the graphic journaling. So you only missed the first meditation, which was a graphic breathing meditation, but it's okay. Maybe you will catch it during the replay. So now as usual, we are going to do a small, I don't know, self-portrait practice, just to like in sport we do like the stretching, and now we are going to do some drawing on a self-portrait, so we can warm up. For this exercise you will need 1, 2, 3, 4 different color if you have. So you can start with whatever color, and the second color will be very dark or anyway very strong one, like red or violet, something like this. This is the second color. And the third color we will use will be something like a bright yellow, or a fluo stabilo if you have, or a golden pen or something cool. And then at the end, the last color, maybe you can use black, the very last. Before we start, we are going to use the page that you just draw, the one with the lines for the breathing. And for you, Margot, you just will pick up the next new page. And we are going to draw just the silhouette of our contour. So the contour of the shape of the head, and then the neck, the shoulder, maybe you can stop here. So you want to just put a line that make all the contour, and you want to take all the page that you have. So I guess you have 1 minute to do this. Just like one line, or anyway, one or more than one line, but just the outside shape is like a shadow of yourself. Okay, everybody did their shape. So now we are going to take the red or the violet or both, and you are going to use this color or other color if you feel to, but I would like you to feel your body from the inside and draw and put on paper those, if you have a heavy feeling, if you have some fear, some anxiety, some thinking, or if you are like stressed because Monday at work you have I don't know, something to do. I just would like to put those things, those feelings. You try to see where are they in your upper body, and where do you feel them. You put them on paper. So for example, if I feel like here I have something in my mind, and I feel like there is something here, maybe on my drawing I want to put a stain on this section or here, and you can choose whatever color you feel to. If you don't know, if you can't give a color to those sensations, just use the red and the violet. Or you can use blue, or I don't know, but maybe red and violet, I guess. So 1 minute. You are allowed to go a little bit off board of your drawing if you feel that this sensation going a little bit outside of your body, but try to stick to the bodily sensation. And then when you are done, you can just raise your hand to show me. Okay, everybody's done. Okay. Now we are going to take a cool color, a shiny color, a glitter, or a pink, or a fluo, golden, I don't know. If you have, if you don't have, you can take yellow, which is always a cool color. And we are going to draw. We are going to breathe in, and we are going to put off the intention of not running away of this with those feelings you just draw, and instead we are going to imagine like a paillette rain, or not a golden shower, but like golden light or something that going down on us, very cool, very colored. And we are going to use the force from this kind of light, and we are going to breathe in this into those sensations, and in a way that we are not like we are bringing oxygen, and we are bringing space to the sensation. We are not trying to try to hide the fear behind the gold or the paillette. It's not this. It's like decorating, giving the space to the fear, to the sensation, by sending something good, sending inside something. I see you, and I can breathe in this feeling, and you have a space for it. And you can do it like this in your mind, and then right after, or then in the same time, you can take this color and do the same as you did before. Draw on the paper what you feel in you. Okay. We want to acknowledge the bad sensation that we are feeling. We want to make space for the sensation to exist. But in the meantime, we don't want the sensation to rule. We don't want this fear to rule us. We make the space, but in a kind way, we send something more peaceful at the place. We don't replace, but we add. And so maybe this kind of sensation, this golden light that shines, and you can take it and breathe in into your fear. Maybe you want to draw it that going off-board the lines of your body. Maybe it looks like an halo from your head. Maybe it looks like, I don't know, you will find your way. And then when you are done, just make a gesture with your hands so that I will know who's still drawing. Okay. I guess that everybody looks like you. Everybody's okay. Yes. So last part of the exercise, which is our classic exercise of beginning of the class. It's you take the black pen or the one with usually you draw. You look at yourself and you draw your self-portrait using this shape. So you maybe want to go in this shape. You want to go add the detail, the hair, the face, all the rest. And here we are going to put 2 minutes, and then we are going to start our class. So we still have 50 seconds to go, but if you finish early, then you, I guess. Okay. So it was a very long exercise to make our self-portrait. Often it's shorter, but we didn't see each other since July, so we needed to slide into the class. And so I'm so happy to be here. Anyway, today we are going to make our own telephone wallpaper, telephone screen saver for the month of September, because I say that every time I do this and then I put it on the Patreon page and then we do the class, but I thought it was so funny to make the exercise to do it ourselves, at least for this September, so that everybody has their own personalized wallpaper of telephone reminder. We are going to turn the page and start a new one. Depending on the size of your journal, you will probably have, if you have a big one, you can have you will have 1/2 up of the page with some list, as we always do, like some listing we have to do, and then the bottom part of the page with a drawing for now. Or if you have a small page, maybe Barbara, I don't know, Margot, your journal, because before we show ourselves the journals, but I don't know if you have a big one or a small one. So maybe you can do the listing on a side and then on the other. This is not the wallpaper. I will tell you when we are going to do the wallpaper. So no pressure, there is no pressure. So before we start, since today is very hot and everybody's already maybe back to school, or even Italians that are the most late back to school, but I guess that maybe school will start soon. I don't remember if it's half of the month. I don't remember when. Anyway, in France, everybody's already in the autumn mode, even if it's still summer until the 21 and it's still hot. So I would like to wrap up this summer, and I would like to take the time. We are going to take the time to write a list of 3 to 5 or more, or at least 3 cool summer moments you had this summer. Even if you think you had a shitty summer, I'm sure that in all these months there must be, I want you to find at least 3 moments that are cool. Don't need to find the reason why you want to write down those memories, or just put on the paper the first thing that comes. And often, even when we think, I don't know what to write down in this list, but often you write the first and then the rest will come. So it's a very easy exercise. We are going to take 1 minute. Let's go. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, for those who are habitués of this class, but I repeat it. We often, if we have this kind of list, just a way of using this list as a backup for the memory, so that when we are going to go to the drawing part, we don't need to search our memory. I want to draw this. It's something that we did before. Of course, when you do the graphic journal on your own, you are not obliged to do this, the list and then the drawing, because you have all the time you want, and maybe you want, but it can be very useful, because sometimes memories come and go, and the end that draws is not so fast than the end that writes. So you can just take a list But now, since we are in the graphic journaling, so it's not just about the storytelling of what happened, but we are always look for the feeling. On each list, you are going to write down, on each item of the list, you're going to write an arrow that goes on the side. And for each memory, I want you to write on the side of this arrow the reason, the feeling behind the reason this memory is a cool memory of the summer. It's not about what you did, but how you felt. Even if the memory is I rode the motorbike, I don't know, something that apparently is not very emotional, is something that I skydive. So of course it's about the memory, but let's go for the feeling behind this memory. Why you put this memory as a cool memory? How did memory made you feel at the moment? How did you felt? Not sure. Okay, about the 1 minute. Not sure about the English, but maybe 1 minute wasn't enough, or let me know. No, it's okay. Okay, so now we can okay, no, this we can just on the down of the page or on the other page, but I guess this list wasn't very much, also because we did it on one side of another. So down, we are going to take a few minutes to just draw a quick frame in the space of the page that is left. And to draw a frame, you can, there is no pressure, you can just draw lines, but maybe you want to add 2 or 3 parallel lines, or maybe you want to do some arrows or some dots. It's not, doesn't have to be fancy. I just want you to make the perimeter of the rest of the page that is left in order to put a drawing in it. And by doing this, I just want you to come back to a little moment. We are going to take a little moment for just concentrate and do something repetitive with the end, just to concentrate in what we are going to draw. I have always this kind of example for frame. You can do like little leaves, you can do little hearts, you can do little dots, little spiral. It's very messy. I don't know what is this. What is this? I don't know. Anyway, you can do like half circle, you can combine. Anyway, you do a square, but in a way that it's looking framey. And while you're doing the frame, you're going to pick one of those memory you put in the list, and you're going to visualize it in your mind, and then just doing the frame. Okay, just relieve it a little bit, and we're going to put 1 minute to do the frame. and choose just one. There is no hierarchy. You pick the one you feel like to. Okay, you tell me when you're done. And so now we are going to take 3 minutes to draw the scene into the frame, but sometimes reliving the scene in our mind and then decided that we want to put it on paper sometimes can be overwhelming, like how I want to put all these elements but I don't know how to do. It's like it's not just a feeling, something about the feeling or the memory, it's something about maybe the difficulty we have in the drawing, not in drawing but in telling ourselves that it's difficult to draw, or it's difficult to do a composition or to put memory on page. So in this frame, we are going to proceed in 3 different steps. You will need, as usual, 3 different colors, as usual for the day, I guess, because we don't know a lot this the other time, but New Year. Alors, you take one very light color. And for starting, for the first timer, you are going to take this very light color, but something that you can see. And you want to maybe use the yellow, but maybe yellow is too light. But you can use the yellow because then you can always come back to it and make it a little bit darker, maybe. So now you're going about this memory. You're just drawing with your color, maybe even if maybe green is too dark, I'm not sure, because what we are going to do, I'll explain. We are going to draw this memory, but about the memory, just the setting. So if you were at the beach with the friends and you're causing and you eat a sandwich, for now you don't need to draw the causing, the sandwich, the friends, but just the beach. With the light color, you just draw where you were. I don't know if you say this in English, but where you was. Okay, does it make sense? If you were in the car, you just draw the cockpit of the car. If you are where, anyway, just this, okay? 1 minute, very fast. Maybe if you have a pink color is light but more visible than yellow, you can use a color pink. Okay, now we are going to take a little, maybe if you have a greenish blue or something like this, or the green, a little color a little bit more dark, and you're going to draw what is in the first site, no, primo piano, what do you say in English? What is like just near you, just after first site? What?
The foreground, maybe?
The foreground, okay, I didn't know the, yes, that, like, not the background, of course, the foreground. So if you are in the car talking with your BFF, but you draw the BFF, if you were at the dinner, I don't know, you maybe you have a plate in front of you, you are alone, but you have a plate, or anyway, you want to draw the element of the foreground that you have. Okay, let's go. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an object, it's something that you are interacting with, maybe it's both. And this is something we did at the very beginning of the graphic journaling. You can always, let's wait to the end of the, because next step will be to draw ourselves. This is the next step, a different color. Before we start, is what I started to say is like, we did it at the beginning, very beginning of the graphic journaling, I guess, telling, I guess that we did this, I don't remember, telling that when you draw your memory, you can choose where to put yourself. Are you a character? Are you just seeing the scene, but you are never in the scene? Yes, I think we talk about this at the very beginning, because this is something I always talk about in the very beginning of graphic journaling class, even before before COVID. And if you want, if you are in the graphic journaling group, you will always can go. I don't know how to find it, because at the very beginning of this group, I posted reference of different way of graphic journaling, because it's not something I invented. It's like a lot of people who using image and autobiography, and they, maybe it's not journaling, but it's like very different ways. And in the group, maybe I will find it and share it again. I don't know how to do. You can see that there are all sorts of ways of representing our life. And we can put ourselves as character. We can just write and make quick sketch as illustration, or we can also glue picture. We a lot of different things, but today we are drawing. And so in this image, you want to put yourself now also in this memory you just drew, because until now you do you draw the background, so what you saw, you draw the foreground, so what you also saw and interacted with. You could leave it like this, because it makes sense, no? It's like you draw what you saw. You are not obliged to be as a character in it. And if you see this image, it will go directly to your memory. So in a way, the image is just to draw, stand by yourself, but we are going to go a little bit further and we are going to add ourselves as character. In this way, we will be able to add the inner sight, how do you say, because when you draw yourself in the memory, probably you will draw also your mood. You will draw maybe yourself thinking about this, or your face, your expression will add more insight to what we see. Because, for example, in my drawing, I have the background and the image, and this will be also for the future. If you, now we know we are drawing a cool memory because we did the exercise, but maybe if you do see this drawing in many years, I don't know, sometimes adding ourselves add a layer of understanding of the scene, because we can add more detail of what we think about it, what we felt. Does it make sense? Okay, so 1 minute, draw yourself in the scene. Okay. Of course, when we do the class, the timings are very short, but then it's also cool, I guess, to have short timing, because you know that sometimes it doesn't take to finish a drawing. Sometimes it can go very fast. If everybody has finished, so we want to hang on of those feeling of that you just wrote down in those lists. For me, for example, if in my memories, it was good memories because the feeling was I felt connection, I felt calm, I felt the love. And sometimes, I don't know if you do this, but at the end of the summer, we enjoy doing nothing, or anyway, we enjoy even if you work during the summer, the rhythm are different, the sun and the heat. And often when we are here at the tail end of the summer, it's like we feel a regain of energy that we didn't have at the end of the year. Maybe in June, we were like, oh, we can't wait to have a summer holiday. And those often September, we are like, okay, this year I'll do this, I want to do this, and then I will dress like this, and I will buy this clothes, and I only dress in brown, I don't know. And so, how many of you do this? Do you have this summer, this September back to school Fritz? Yes. And did you manage to make it stay until June, or at least during the winter? Never. No. I see Barbara say this. You may. Okay. Everybody, can you make it stay or not? Not. Me neither. So the class is over. Bye. No. see you in June. No, the thing is that this is the period we have this new creative energy because we are rested. Even if we work during the summer, the light, the warm, the heat make us rested, and when we feel the wind change, the temperature lowering, and then we are like, okay, this is the time. So we are going to find a way of keeping this energy. And so what we want to do is that we would like to make the same kind of exercise that we did with the memory. So the memory is good, but why is good? Because at this moment on the beach, I felt a connection. So it wasn't about the beach, but it was mostly about the feeling. So now we are going to do the same. We are going to use the feeling we want to feel as a fuel to anchor ourselves to our goals or things we want to do, to keep our energy focused and shiny. So what we are going to do, we are going to do a list again, so you can go to a new page. We are going to do a list, and we are going to draw without stopping all the things you want to do this winter or this autumn. It can be I want to eat tea instead of coffee. This is me. I only drink tea, no coffee anymore. Or maybe can be I don't know, all the things that you, even if they are silly things. Now this year I will read a book a day, or anything you can think of. Don't censor yourself. I'm going to put a 2-minute timer, and you're going to write down. Of course, you don't have to make up a list if it's not something that you feel. But for now, is not the moment to, then we will pick up what we wrote down. For now, it's just, okay, I want to do this, and I feel like doing this. Just go for it. 2 minutes, go. Forty seconds to go. Okay, didn't, what's happening? Okay, so I guess we are done. The timer is. So now, very quickly, now for those who those who come always to class, but it's something that we often do is like, okay, now we are going to, we just did it before for the memory exercise. We are going to take all those action, and on the side of this list, always we trace a little arrow. We often do this, we expand the list, and for each item of the list, we want to write down how we want to feel. What's the feeling we want to achieve, we want to feel when we think about this this action we want to start or accomplish from now and during the year. So don't think about it too much, just feel it. Even if you think you are repeating yourself, actually it's cool. So just go for each item. You, for example, if in my list there is I don't know, biking every day, or I can, okay, why, how do I want to feel? And then I try to imagine myself in this biking, and I say, maybe I want to feel connected, maybe I want to feel strong, maybe I want to feel relaxed, easy mind, I don't know, all the things, but just stay in the thing and then listen to the feeling. Stay in the feeling, in the thing you want to accomplish, and stay in the feeling. Okay, let's go. It's like tac, tac. You don't think about it, you just go for it. Okay, 30 seconds to go. Okay, so now you have a very long list of feeling and a very long list of action. Very quickly, we are going to do a reverse. So just for each item of the list, we are going to go down and do another sort of list, but they will be a list of sentences, because we need to, and we, for example, if I have on my exercise on things I want to do is like, for example, biking. And when I take the example, I was thinking, okay, biking is like feeling like this, feeling like this. But when it was the moment of the exercise, on the side of biking, I just wrote down, like, I went like instinct with my instinct, and it was like free. And when I go biking, I feel free. So I want to feel free. So, and for the other, now I have a list of feelings I want to achieve. So we're going to take each feeling and we are going to rewrite it. No thinking, because, for example, for my example of the bike make me feel free. Now I'm going down and writing, I am free when I bike. Okay, and for each feeling I'm going to do this. We are not writing, I would like, if it's possible, excuse me, to feel free if I bike. No, we are going to write down, I am free when I bike. And so for all the, it's a present, you do the sentence in a present tense, I guess it's the name. Okay, so it's not like I would like to feel free, or I want to feel free. It's like I am free when I bike, because my instinct told me this. So okay, now let's do this exercise, because okay, 2 minutes, write down each feeling in I am when. So I am feeling when action. Okay, go. Okay, so now, if you, sorry, I see you, some of you still writing, so let me know when you're done. Okay, everybody's done. So the thing is, even if it's difficult to remember, and but we can choose the way we want to feel. Maybe sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's not easy, and also sometimes there is life, and also sometimes we need to make space for sadness or for negative feeling. I'm not at all talking about we need to stay positive and hide all the negative and the fear, and because we have the positive thinking. Not at all. It's like, of course, sometimes we just need to, no, today I need to stay home and cry because I feel sad, and it's okay. It's like, no, but sometimes each person have to find their balance. You can choose some moment that you want to feeling, but sometimes you don't want to stay in this more than the necessary, and the necessary, it's only you know. Sometimes you feel like take your time to feel a negative feeling. I don't know how to say, not negative, but an unpleasant feeling. But also sometimes you want to know that you can choose also the way you want to feel. I mean, if I'm feeling not very good, but there is no reason, and it's like, and it's not something that, it's not a bad feeling that feels good. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know, when there is some sadness that you need to feel and you need to make space for it, it's like, you stay, you breathe in, you take your time, you slow down. But there are some other time that it's like just a spiraling. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, that sometimes just being okay, we can put it like this. If we need to feel an unpleasant feeling, we can always go for it. But also, like, if there are some feelings that stop us doing what we want to do, like feeling of guilt, of fear, or things like this, those feelings doesn't have to rule ourselves. It's like, okay, I'm feeling guilt, I'm feeling fear, so I just stop doing things and I stay home all day because I'm fearful. This is not very, very good. So you can take the time to address the guilt, the fear, or I don't know, other unpleasant feeling that often come from the mind. But also, sometimes you can say to yourself, but I can also choose to take an action to go to a more pleasant feeling. For example, if I'm at home and I feel stuck and I'm stressed and in anxiety of the future, or in the I don't know, the money, or the, I don't know, family, or I don't know, but I know from my list that I am free when I bike. For example, my first item of the list. Maybe sometimes I can just go out, jump on my bike and ride my bike and see if I can uplift my mood. And it can be helpful sometimes, because you can also address unpleasant feeling from a light mood. You don't have to suffer every time. And also, like, the day I know that maybe it's raining, but I'm cranky, I know that if I take the action, I will have the feeling. Does it make sense what I'm saying? So it's a balance. It's like you had now in front of you, you have a list. I have I am centered when I read. So maybe now I know, because something in this exercise came like, okay, I feel I want to read. Okay, but why I want to read? Because the feeling is that when I read, I'm centered. So now I know myself. I teach myself with the graphic journaling that those days when I'm at home and I feel uncentered and I can't settle and I don't know, I can find a moment of peace. Now I know that if I maybe put a timer of 30 minutes and I sit down and I breathe and I take a book and start to read, maybe I will find my balance. Maybe for other people, they will feel centered by doing the headstand, or I don't know. So this list you have here, it's something that you can come back to if you are doubting. For example, do you want to, one of you, read each one read one item of the list, one phrase? Do you want to share it so that we can have an example? And then we are done. We will just have to draw. We are going a little bit off board, but it's not will be not very long. Who wants to read one? Wants to read one? Okay.
I am relaxed when I stretch at night.
Okay.
I put, I feel creative when I play piano.
Okay, cool. Somebody else want to?
Go ahead.
I feel great when I paint.
Okay.
I feel nourished when I read.
Okay.
And I feel free when I drive.
Very cool. So thank you for sharing it. So it's when you read this, how do you feel just by reading it? Does it give you like is a feeling of oppression, like I need to read or I need to stretch, or is like cool, I have the key to my well-being? You feel like this? Both?
No, the second one. Second option.
The second is pressure, or
The other one. I know that I can, when I need to feel nourished or something like that, I can't read.
You can read, yes. You have un aiguillement, je sais pas comment ça se dit ça, a direction, and you, Justine, you feel the pressure. You say
it's
like
more like because I know that I haven't stretched in so long. I'm more like, yeah, fake it till you make it. Like, if I keep in mind that I'm gonna be relaxed, I will start stretching again.
relaxed. Yes, but the thing is, like, I guess it's like, just because you know what make you feel good doesn't mean that you choose actively to feel good. This is what I was saying before, and there is a difference. I'm not talking about if you feel sad. No, don't feel sad, you can choose to feel good. It's not about this. It's about feeling neutral, but feeling this knowing in the guts where you want to go to feel nourished, to feel relaxed, but don't go in there because you don't know. But maybe the moment you start stretching, you remember, but this is this feels so good, why I don't do it? But sometimes it's life, and maybe we need to put ourselves in feeling that maybe sometimes we need to put ourselves not always in the good feeling because we need to work on something on ourselves, or we need to find not a comfortable position to work on something else. But I can feel you, but I guess it's normal to do this because I guess that everybody do this. I guess that everybody here can say, yes, I know what make me feel good, but I don't often always do this, even if I know, because if was something natural that we always do what's good for us, we wouldn't need to make a 2-hour graphic journaling class just in order to make ourselves a list of things that we already know that make us feel good, but we need them to see it on black on white on the paper. Some of you want to add something, or if you want to add something or have a question, or we can proceed to take a new page and we can draw, or at least starting to draw our wallpaper of this month. So you have two options. At the beginning, when I started thinking about the class, I started writing down what to put on the wallpaper, because this is what I want to do. I give the wallpaper with the team, and then we work on the team on the graphic journaling class. And so I wrote down 2 sentences. When I do the wallpaper, it's often a drawing, and then there are words, as you can see in the pattern. And what I wrote was, I can choose the way I want to feel, and I can switch mood only because I wanted to. This was the phrase to put on the wallpaper. But I guess that the best would be for you to, yes, integrate this concept, but pick something on your list of phrases. You can write it like I am free when I do this, I am centered when I do this, and write all this, and then you just do a frame around, or you can highlight some of them and you can choose which one you want to keep handy. This is up to you, but you want to, even if you just want to put just the first one or 3, or you want to use this and write it down in a way which is big enough for you to take a picture with your telephone of the page. So you want to stay very vertical, and then you want to take a picture, and then you want to put it as a desktop. I don't know how to say, wallpaper is the term. You know, you want to make it on the wallpaper. Yes, you want to put it on your telephone so that every time you pick up your telephone, you see it. So you can choose to write down. This is the option. You can choose to integrate the phrase that I wanted to integrate. I can choose the way I want to feel, and I can switch mood only because I want to. Or what you can do, you can draw the action, and then you can write big enough to see it on the wallpaper. For example, I take always the example of I am free when I bike. Maybe I want to just draw myself biking and just write down I am free. You choose, and the thing is that those sentences that you write down today are in your journal, so you can always come back to those sentences. So you can choose to put them all in the wallpaper or just make some I don't know how to say in English, contraction of it, only the feeling or drawing or, okay? I don't know, do you want to ask me, or are you hesitating on which one to choose or how to putting it, or you want to go like, okay, you just, no, Jill, you want to ask something?
Oh, no, I'm good. I was just trying to decide which one to do.
Okay, perfect. So we are going to start at least doing it. If you have 5 minutes more, we don't often go so much off board, but today I wanted to just redo a little introduction of the graphic journaling, so we use a little bit of time. Anyway, I'm going to start a 5-minute timer, and also like then you can try, and then you can you do maybe one more, and then you take a picture, and then maybe you want to do another, and then it's your journal. You can only choose to write down only the feeling, but in the present tense. I am free, I'm centered, and then maybe on the side you draw a little illustration of what you want to. Okay, 1 minute 30 to go. Okay. So maybe you are not done yet, but I can wait to see the picture of your wallpaper. How do you feel, everybody? Very good. I'm so happy that we start again. At the beginning, I was like, maybe do a pause, maybe I stop because it's very difficult. But I missed you, so I guess that I'm happy to see you. Anyway, probably you will need to continue a little bit more after the class to finish your wallpaper, or maybe not. I will see you. So for now, we are doing 1 class a month, second Sunday of the month, so that we leave us the time to start the month, and then we do the class. I hope to see you on the Facebook group. I guess it's cool to have a space to share the drawings. Maybe you can share them there or on Instagram. And if you have any question, and maybe then we will see if we want to add something going further. Maybe we can, I don't know, we will see about the rhythm, and you will tell me also if it's cool once a month, or if it's not enough, or we will build this together. Okay, I say good night, bye-bye, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.